Hello and welcome to our 50th episode of Star Wars Culture Live, your podcast for Star Wars entertainment and connection, your escape pod for hyperspace buzz and fandom fixes. As always, I am Ian and this is Marty, and this is where the fun begins. Instead of the negativity instead of the negativity you often find on the Star Wars side of the internet, we want to talk about the things we love about Star Wars, community, culture, fans, media, anything at all. So, as always, if you have any comments, questions, or requests for us, throw them in the comments and we will see what we can do. Don't forget to follow us on all the socials. We are at SW Culture Live everywhere. Speaking of socials, today we are live on Instagram for the first time. I have I have a little window here. This is new to me too, but I have a little window here. It looks like we're live. I see Marty joined. That's good. I think we're up. I think we're live. If you happen to be watching on Instagram, let us know. I might see if I can get my Instagram and TikTok connected now that we can do a vertical edit situation here. But anyway, we are at SW Culture Live pretty much everywhere. On Facebook, we are streaming on the episode 9 news and the Culture Slate page. So follow us there. So today, for the 50th episode, what we wanted to do, we're not gonna lie, we're in a holiday season, and we are not trying to talk for over an hour today. So we're just gonna do a quick little kind of a hello there reintroduction. So if you're a new follower, you get the scoop of where we started, how we became Star Wars fans. You get to, and if you have been following us since day one, you get to know us all over again. So basically, we just talk about our own experiences with Star Wars. If you have your own experiences that you want to share, please put them in the comments. I can see YouTube. Oh, I think I can see Instagram comments on this other side here. So that's good. Yeah, throw them in the comments. You can see what we get. I'm in via YouTube, but you are live. Oh yeah. All right. That I believe is as Menedus. He plays Sabak with me. I dropped it in the Discord chat, so we might get a few of my Sabak players here. But anyway, before we get into all that personal stuff, let's do, as usual, the news. So he says poorly, but I do play. Disagree. You have beaten me numerous times. So we like to do a little news segment here. This might not show up very well on the vertical version or the horizontal version now that I'm looking at it, but it's there. It says Sean Levy celebrates Ryan Gosling's birthday by sharing a new behind-the-scenes photo from Star Wars Starfighter to his Instagram story. It says, everything about this pic makes me feel deeply uncool, the hat and life preserver, but happiest of birthdays to the coolest dude in any galaxy. That's awesome. They were clearly having a lot of fun. It looks like Ryan Gosling is either injured or he still has like injured makeup on. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it looks very interesting. Oh, by the way, we get our news from Star Wars Underworld, their Instagram page, so check them out. If you haven't, they always have the biggest Star Wars updates for you. We've got the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art in LA has officially set its opening date for September 22nd, 2026. September 22nd, 2026. So that'll be epic. We're going there in the spring, but it won't be open yet. I'm going there for work in the spring, but it won't be open. Ryan Johnson talked more about the hunt for Ben Solo with Collider. He says, take my money. I will watch Adam Driver in anything, but I would love to see him play that character again. Us too, bro.
Same.
We would love that. I would absolutely love that. John Watts tells Variety that he's ready to make Skeleton Crew Season 2. He says, I mean, I love Star Wars. I'd love to do anything in the Star Wars universe, and I think we set it up in a way where the story can continue in a lot of interesting ways. I also would agree with that. That's I mean, it was super cool, and was, I feel like, was left open enough. Like that particular story arc had a nice conclusion, but I feel like in general, the thing was someone on Instagram commented, "Go all in." So I am guessing that that's a Star player. But yeah, Skeleton Crew, like that particular story arc had a nice conclusion, but I feel like in general, there's plenty of stuff you can do next. Like you're talking about I believe they're talking about the New Republic and how they're getting more involved in the galaxy as a whole. So why not?
Oh yeah.
What else? During a recent interview with Star Wars Sessions podcast, Joplin Sibtain revealed that Rory McCann was originally cast to play Brasso in Andor. I did not know that. Yeah, Marin maybe is that who Odd Bounty Hunter? But had to drop out due to a knee injury. He would have been a great Brasso. He said they reshot it. They did a lot with the Hound's face, but they had to superimpose my face on it. Wow. Wow. I did not know that. I mean, we didn't notice that either, but like,
not at all.
Technology's crazy.
I mean,
that's a little terrifying.
I mean, I can't imagine who we have as Brasso now, but I'm kind of glad that kind of happened, so that way he could take over this role.
Yeah, he was available.
Yeah.
Yeah, fully agree. Yeah, I'm glad he's with the photos. I was like, originally, no, he doesn't look that much like Ray Stevenson, but with the photos I've seen, I think he'll do amazing.
Oh yeah.
I need to watch Ahsoka season 1 again. I haven't. I've watched it through once. That's embarrassing for me. I'm just so tired.
I did it twice.
Twice? All right.
I think so.
Better. This is amazing. I don't know if you can see much of this, but a parody poster for The Mandalorian and Grogu has been spotted at the premiere of Zootopia 2, sorry. It's basically the Pandalorian and Grogu, and there's just all the animals from Zootopia on there, like in Star Wars gear and trying to look like Star Wars characters. It's pretty funny. I did love Zootopia movie. That was pretty good. But this is pretty funny. Excuse me.
Just think how quick though they came up with that poster to put up for that parody for Zootopia 2. Unless they had that sitting in their office.
How quickly? Yeah, no. I mean, it is Disney, so like they could have like Am I going crazy? That is Disney, right? Zootopia is Disney. Yeah. So they could have maybe like thrown a thing together like ahead of time and been like, hey, this is going to be the poster. Why don't you guys do a parody spin-off thing? Like they could have been a plan, but yeah, that would have been pretty quick. Also at the bottom it says, "This is the prey." So silly. Let's see. Speaking with Empire Magazine, Jon Favreau discusses Zeb Orrelios' role in The Mandalorian and Grogu. Now we really get to have fun with him. He's such a compelling character, even if you've never seen Rebels. Between the voice, the swagger, and the physical ability. Yeah, I always forget. Like, he's so goofy in Rebels. I always forget. Like, he's a freaking... What's his race again? What's his species? His background...
Oh man, I just had it. It was right there at the tip of my tongue.
It's bad. If I'm not thinking about it, it doesn't come to me. But he's such a crazy physical warrior. Like the acrobatics in battle. Please, someone chat in the comments. Please tell us Zeb's race, because this is embarrassing for a Star Wars podcast.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I keep forgetting. Like, it's goofy in the. What did you say?
He's a Lasat.
Lasat. That's right. Hey, we got there. You got there. Yeah, the Lasats, like the crazy combat, like they're feared for a reason. Like they're menacing, and seeing that in animated Rebels is one thing, but seeing it in live action is going to be freaking awesome. He's going to be terrifying. Like he looked so huge in that bar scene in The Mandalorian. Like it's gonna be great. Finally, we get a proper HD version of this beautiful shot. If you can't, yes, was a male Lasat. Thank you. That was embarrassing. We're not going to talk about that. That whole exchange. We forgot the name of that. Finally, we get a proper HD version of this beautiful shot, courtesy of Empire Magazine. It's the shot of Mando and Grogu at the bar, which fortunately I was able to replicate at an event I had this past weekend. I will talk about that later. Gonna make Marty very jealous, I think.
Oh yeah.
Very sorry about that, but also not sorry at all because I was not going to say no to that. That was awesome. Jon Favreau talks Din and Grogu in The Mandalorian and Grogu with Empire Magazine. That central relationship as they all go off and face adventure, together, that's the underpinning of the film. Star Wars is always about progression and growth and characters evolving, sometimes for the good, sometimes for the bad. It's about apprenticeship. It's about one generation teaching the next. There's more growth that happens over the course of the film. That to me seems... you got an odd bounty hunter. Jaro Tapal was also a member of the Lasat people. I don't know who Jaro Tapal is. Do you?
He is Cal Kestis' master in the Jedi Fallen Order game.
Oh, right. I unfortunately have not played through those. They are on my list. You know what? When I'm retired, I'm going to just sit there and play through all of them and enjoy every second of it. I can't. Maybe it won't be when I'm retired. It'll be when the kids are older so that I can just sit down and do things for more than 20 minutes at a time. I have seen the game, but yeah, no, I remember that. They you can see him in the intro, like the intro mission. You can see him like the visions. The
flashbacks.
Yeah, the vision flashbacks. You can see he's clearly a Lasat. Yeah, I forgot about that. Good call there. But to me, this Jon Favreau quote says there's more growth than this makes it seem like Grogu is going to come more into his own as his own like warrior or bounty hunter or like fighter. Like he's not going to rely on Din to like keep him safe all the time. He's more of a that's just what I'm getting. It's like, it's about apprenticeship and growth and one generation teaching the next. It's like Mando's teaching Grogu and Grogu's probably going to make further steps in his learning, I feel like.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. I feel like, I don't know, I was going to say something about he went off and tried it himself when they separated, but I feel like he kind of needed the family quality in order to learn from, I guess. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, he just wasn't interested. Like, this is not the path that he chose. The path that he chose was Mando's path. Like, he was like, no, I have attached myself to this person. I get that I have these powers and these people also have these powers. And they can teach me how to use these powers. I don't want to learn from them. I want to learn from Daddy. And Daddy's over here in this shiny armor. And he gave me shiny armor, and now I have shiny armor. And Daddy. That I don't know what happened.
See him complete his outfit.
I don't know what
let's save that for the clips. That'll be for clips.
Yeah, let's save it. Yeah, there'll be clips. Jaro was the Padawan of Yaddle. Interesting. Wait, okay, so Padawan of Yaddle, is this in canon or Legends?
It's got to be canon because Jaro was originally created for the video game. So I guess they.
Oh, right. So Jaro himself is canon. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Legends Yaddle has a really epic death scene that I am salty that canon erased. I'm salty about it. I'm not salty about most canon things, but I'm salty that the canon death for Yaddle is much less epic than the Legends death for the novel death for Yaddle. But we can go into that on a different podcast. Yeah, things we are grudgingly mad about for canon. Yes, salt. Exactly. I am very salty. It was just so epic. She saved like a whole town. Whatever. I'll get into it later. Anyway, 186 days until the Mandalorian and Grogu. I feel like that was at 300 like just a minute ago. So I'm glad that we're getting there. Unless I'm mixing that up with like another movie. Happy birthday, Adam Driver was this week. Official poster for Young Jedi Adventure Season 3 has been released. Not too much new there. There's a new droid, I think. And there's a couple new droids, I think. And
they'll get droids for themselves. Each one will have their own droid.
And there's a person up on the top left that's like a techie person with like goggles. I don't recognize them, but I have not seen every episode of Jedi.
That's the new bad guy, I guess.
Okay.
Timbor was the bad guy for the first 2 seasons, but they kind of converted him to being the good guy finally.
Yeah, they like made us like him enough, I guess, over the course.
But this is their last season, so
okay, it's a baby show, so you gotta do a redemption arc. What's the Oh, this is the last season? How do you know that?
Because it's said in the trailer. There's a trailer for it.
No. Okay. What? Okay. Why? What's the last season?
It comes out December 8th.
All right. Maybe they'll do. It's won awards and stuff. Maybe they'll just pivot to some other type of kid show. I don't know.
Maybe. I
like it because it's. Sorry, go ahead.
I feel like they're probably going to end it now because, it is during the High Republic, and you can only do so much before, so much crap hits the fan and everything goes downhill from there.
Oh, yeah, okay, I guess that's fair. If it's technically canon, then you have to watch out.
But I guess they technically live because they kind of spoiled it at the end of the trailer that they grow up.
Oh, well, I don't want to see that. That's not why I'm watching the show. I don't need to know that. This show is bright colors and keeps my toddler and baby looking at the screen for a little bit.
Listen, I'm 30 we're watching Star Wars. I watch it. And
yeah, right. It's nice. It's fun.
There's lessons to learn in there.
Yeah, it's nice to think about the basics once in a while.
Exactly.
It's relaxing. That's like you can only watch so much Andor type stuff, We're watching Stranger Things and The Witcher and seeing like the horrors of everyone's imagination. It's nice to just be like, oh, look at that little Jedi.
Look at Nubs.
There's a clip. I'm full of clips today. All right. Here it is. Here's the spoiler. Adult versions of List Solo. I'm skipping this. I don't like that. I don't want to look at that. Skeleton Crew had received a grand total of 17 Children's and Family Emmy Awards nominations. I'm not going to list them all, but 17 is crazy.
Let's hope they win. I mean, hopefully win all of them, but I know that's not possible.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. But yeah, it's a great show. They had a lot of good stuff.
They're in the Emmys.
Younger performer, sure thing. Say it again.
How is it that they're in the Emmys after Andor when Andor came out after this show?
It said had received, so. I don't know. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. When the actor commented on that. What? The actor Rav I'm butchering this so bad. Stop it, internet. I hate you so much. Ravi Cabot Conyers commented on that post. That's crazy. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
As always, the SWU, thank you. Wow. As always, have you guys interacted before? Who's holding out on us? Sir, Mr. Conyers, are you interested in coming on our podcast? Because that would be amazing.
Yeah, please seriously. Come on.
I would love that. That would be so cool. But anyway, Skeleton Crew, amazing show. Nice, just kind of adjacent of adventure that doesn't get too into the galactic dealings of big picture stuff. It's just like, hey, we'll find out this mystery.
I feel like this could stand on its own as in general. Like if you don't know anything about Star Wars, you could watch that show and then just be fine with it. I feel like.
Yeah, like there's a little bit of lore with like lightsaber and stuff, but like it's still like It's space. It's a little space mystery. Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy has also been nominated for Outstanding Sound Mixing and Sound Editing by the Children's and Family Emmy Awards. Oh, okay. It's Children's and Family Emmy Awards, so it's probably a different Emmy award.
Different Emmy. Okay.
That's why. All right, got it. So this news is coming out now. Got it. Speaking with Empire Magazine, Jon Favreau confirms that The Mandalorian Season 4 is already written. We were planning on doing a 4th season. I had actually written all of that. I have Season 4 sitting on my desk here. I like to hear that. I am pleased to hear that, Jon Favreau. Don't throw that out. Disney, don't throw that out.
Don't throw it.
Oh my gosh, there's so many comments. This is the way.
Okay.
I know that's in response to something else, but I just decided to throw that one up there. 17 is many. My younger spawn is demanding that we play Sabacc. Oh, okay. My younger spawn is demanding that we play Sabacc. I must away. You are forgiven as excuses go. That's pretty great. This is the way.
You always have us in the background.
You could have us in the background. We could be the. We should get. Hey, you know what I noticed? Hannah on her streams has music playing in the background. Just really low undertone music playing in the background. We should find something for that. I bet the guy who does the Sabacc, I bet Puffer Glitch would be okay with us using it. He was okay with the Sabacc app. So maybe I'll see if I can use my contacts to get in contact with. All right. Season 4 sitting on my desk. Please make Season 4. If I don't know that a Season 4 is coming, then there's this thought in the back of my head that Mando might die in the Mandalorian Grogu movie. I don't think he will. But the fact that it's not a 0% chance is detrimental to my mental health. Okay, so I need you to just confirm that there's going to be a Season 4, and that will just make me a little bit happier.
I heard though, some of this movie is supposed to flow into Ahsoka Season 2, so I don't know what we'll get out of that.
At, like, the exact same time, like it's the Mandoverse. Like they're coexisting at the exact same moment in time, so it makes sense that certain parts of this, like I imagine. I mean, we're getting involved with Sigourney Weaver. We're getting involved with the New Republic, and hunting Imperial remnants. And Thrawn is like the biggest Imperial of all remnants possible. So I imagine plot-wise, it would make sense for that. And Mando has this habit of showing up in other people's shows. Just ask Boba Fett. So
it's true.
I imagine. Like it's not completely out of the realm of possibility that he just pops up in Ahsoka. It's like, oh yeah, I'm part of this mission too. Like I know I have some background here. Just show up everywhere, man. I freaking love you. All right, long quote here, but it's important. Leslie Headland discussed the cancellation of The Acolyte during a new interview with The Rat. I was not surprised by it. I think I was surprised at the swiftness of it and the publicness of it. I was surprised by how it was handled. But once I was getting particular phone calls about the reaction, criticism, and viewership, I felt like, okay, the writing's on the wall for sure. The viewership was a little muddled for me because, and this is my understanding, with Star Wars, you're not just measured within the marketplace that you happen to be in at that time. You're measured against every other Star Wars show. We hit the Nielsen's a couple times, not every week or anything like that, but a couple times it poked through. I feel like for a launch of a first season show that was trying different things, I think it could have been worth it to allow the audience it was meant for to find it, but that wasn't up to me. So I fully respect the decision, even if I'm sad about it. Very mature, what's it called? Diplomatic words there. I appreciate it. I respect it. I'm going to be less diplomatic about it. I think that it's a giant corporation and they absolutely could have, like, the writing was on the wall. The writing was also like, it was very obvious that, like, if you're looking at analytics and you're looking at stats and you're looking at raw data, it was very obvious that the negative reactions were happening before the show even came out. Like, it was review bombed before the show even came out. So it was very obvious that the negative reactions were just loud and not reactive due to the show. And I feel like there's a certain amount of wisdom that you have to look through that. And I'm surprised that Disney didn't just kind of see through the nonsense. You know what? It's 25 minutes into the show. See through the bullshit of the loud YouTubers and just them being like, I've chosen to be mad about this today. And I wish that they had just stayed the course, let the whole thing happen, because half the criticisms were like the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like you wouldn't treat any other show like this. Like they were like, this doesn't make any sense. They're plot. Like, what's the answer? It's like, this is partly a mystery show, dude. You didn't have that with Skeleton Crew. You didn't have that with Andor. Like, there are still mysteries. You let the show play out.
Mm-hmm.
I am getting off topic.
You're getting on that soapbox there, and I do not mind one bit. I am furious with this.
I'm still mad about it. I'm still sad. It was a very cool thing that gave us a glimpse into a new thing. This is why we can't have nice new things. This is why. Anyway, I'm gonna click the next thing now.
I will say, I feel like though the show could have went into a different direction had they done a season 2, because you got rid of like basically your main characters there at the end. 80%
of the cast.
Yeah, so you got a different way to tell things.
You're right. People are impatient. They aren't. They make up their minds too soon. Especially some of these, I feel like they made up their minds too soon, but also like not in good faith. Like they had just decided that they were going to follow this grifter and just be a bunch of wet blankets about it.
I will say though, this show did not get the treatment of being like advertised as much as every other Star Wars product had been. I feel like I hardly saw anything advertised for the show. Maybe a little bit of ads on like, Disney Plus or Hulu, but I mean that's all Disney in-house, but you don't see anything like out in the streets like promoting it like you would The Mandalorian or Andor. Like those shows, like there's plastered everywhere. This one,
I think you're right.
Sat in the background.
Like, if it had like I feel like there was a lot of hype when they first like came out with the name of the show, that there was going to be a show named The Acolyte that was set way early. I feel like there was a lot of hype around that. But then, like there was so much cool footage that you could have used. Like maybe not with, I understand not wanting to give away the villain, like his mask or whatever. But I feel like, I feel like there was so much cool imagery and things that they could have used in marketing that maybe would have turned the tide a little, or drew people in. Yeah, I feel like it wasn't treated as well as, definitely as well as the sequel trilogy. They marketed the hell out of that. But I don't know. Ahsoka, I always saw everywhere. Mando stuff, I always see everywhere. I don't remember. I remember me being hyped and my people being hyped because we were like in the know. But they didn't. It felt like they didn't try as hard as they do on other products.
Yeah, even Skeleton Crew was able to hit with some advertisements, and they kind of went off the let's make this 80s nostalgia thing like Stranger Things. That way, the audience will be kind of familiar with this show and kind of a feel for it.
Yep. Speaking of Stranger Things, season 5. You ready?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready. We're binging. We're going too slow. We're binging the other seasons with the kids, the big kids, not the little kids. Jesus, the imagery. But we're moving too slow. I want to get there. I want to watch it. But lining up our schedules is just hilarious. Mandalorian and Grogu standee has been spotted in a theater officially. The first Mandalorian and Grogu standee is like, I guess it's the big cardboard thing.
Yeah.
theater, so it's there.
My theater had it yet.
Love it. Doesn't have it yet, or does?
Does not. I wish I would have taken a picture of that thing, or I would have, snuck that out with me.
Right. I would love to see you sneaking that out. I feel like, you know what? I feel like if you put, all you have to do is put like like a work tunic on, and then a neon vest, and pretend like you're like, and like carry a ladder in one hand, and then carry that out in the other, and I feel like you're good to go.
Oh yeah, definitely. Be like, hey, this or be like the Grinch, like this word is banned, so I'm gonna take it out there and bring it right back here.
Yeah. Yeah, we see the Ian on the end. That it's bent. We need to fix that. Let me see. Vanity Fair has revealed a new behind-the-scenes image from Star Wars Starfighter featuring director Sean Levy on set. I love how he's just standing basically in a Star Wars starship. That's what the photo is. They're the set, like everyone's just standing inside a large starship. It's amazing. I love it. All right, and that concludes our news segment. I haven't been doing the banners. That was the HoloNet news segment. Oh, on Instagram, it's up at the top. That's so interesting.
Kind of neat looking at it on Instagram. Yeah.
What's up?
All the comments were at the top too when you're posting it. I was like, that's weird.
I know, it's so cool. It's very interesting. I'm gonna see if try and get it going on my TikTok and stuff. I need to check with some people. But all right, let's get into this. We'll probably just take a few minutes, please. Just let us take a few minutes. But we're just gonna get into the Star Wars history of our hosts. So obviously why am I still sharing this? You know, so obviously we two are Star Wars nerds. I'm not gonna say we're lore experts because we forgot the word Lasat, but we're obviously both pretty card carrying Star Wars nerds, and this is our 50th episode of the podcast. So I figured we figured that as since it's the 50th episode of the podcast, we could just start anew and just start over, reintroduce ourselves, how we got into Star Wars, why this is such a big part of our lives, why we want to dedicate almost every Wednesday night to doing this, why we like doing this. Like, I have Star Wars content on my channel. Like, why is Star Wars such a big part of our life? How did that happen? So whatever you want to say, Marty, I'm going to take it to you first. I've been talking about news forever, so why don't you take it first and just tell us the story of Star Wars, Marty?
All right. I feel like Star Wars has always been a part of my life in some way, and then it just casually grew more and more as I was growing up, where I basically, like, that's all I could think about. That's was like most of my personality was Star Wars. Like, it still is.
We all have that moment where we realize, right, like, oh, this is like most of my. Sorry, go ahead.
Like no, you're kidding. I would say, it's so part of my personality now, even now as an adult. Like, no matter what, people are just like, they don't even, I feel like a lot of people don't even ask me what I want for birthday or Christmas anymore. They just assume I would want Star Wars stuff. So Christmas or birthdays, I open up a present, it's Star Wars. Hey, it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, you're probably really easy to lie for, honestly.
I am, until you get to that point where, like, does he have this already? Does he have that? Yeah. Like,
ooh, that's fair. Like, yeah, touche.
Like, I do have two of the same shirts I got the same year for Christmas. One from one of my family members, and one from my wife's family members. Not, no one really, coordinated with it, because that's something you shouldn't really have to do. But it happened. I got two of the same shirts. Unfortunately, I'm not wearing it, but I mean, that would have been pretty neat. But yeah, my favorite movie. I guess because I got so into it at a young age. My favorite movie still is Attack of the Clones. I remember talking about it so often. Thank you, Hannah.
We were just talking about you. We were just talking about how you have music underneath your thing, and we should start doing that underneath your live streams.
Yeah, I feel like we need to have like some lo-fi or something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Right. But I remember talking in the cafeteria in second, third grade, I remember, or whenever, I can't remember now, how much I would actually love to play a video game, believe it or not, before it actually happened long later, a open world Star Wars game set kind of in the prequel era where you get to fly around Coruscant, things like that. Coruscant was like,
oh my God, Coruscant.
Everything to me. I imagine being there every day when I was a kid, still to this day, because I just think it's just so vibrant and colorful, and I hooked onto that so much. Moving on, Revenge of the Sith came out. I dressed up as Anakin Skywalker. It was kind of a hybrid between Revenge of the Sith and right. It was kind of a hybrid between Revenge and Attack of the Clones Anakin, because everything was kind of like what I could find and wear. So it was like just a regular brown T-shirt with a black vest. I had one glove, but it was short sleeve. And I guess I think I had the lightsaber, his lightsaber too, if I'm not mistaken. No, I take that back. Unfortunately, I had Obi-Wan's lightsaber because that was my first and only lightsaber for a very long time. And it was one of those swish ones. You know, you push the little button down and swish it with your wrist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still have that in storage, but but I thought I was just the coolest guy ever, dressed up as Anakin Skywalker, going around trick or treating.
To be clear, you were the coolest guy ever doing that. That was
thanks.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, but we've come from this time where we were Star Wars fans, like before. I want to say before Star Wars was actually cool, if you know what I mean. Like before Disney took over, made it cool as what it is.
It was less mainstream,
cooler
for sure.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Less mainstream. I don't know. So I felt like kind of an outcast from a lot of people, and luckily I found my compadres, you know, friends and everything like that enjoyed Star Wars too, and we kind of stuck close together, talking about Star Wars, you know, among other things. Growing up all the way through high school, college, I kind of set back a little bit that one. I did. You know, I didn't really have much friends to hang out with in college. I did hang out with my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, a lot in college. But I kept up with all the mainstream Star Wars. I read my first actual tie-in to The Force Awakens, which I have on my shelf back here, which I do have the autographed edition right here in my hand of Lost Stars, which my favorite book, Star Wars book ever still. But I've also made it my mission to try to get as many autographs as I could for a very long time, especially now that, you know, as I got older. And I started 2014, 2015, I want to say. And people maybe from day one who watched this show may remember I talked about this comic book, a graphic novel that I have of The Empire Strikes Back that I got signed by. Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Dude, same.
Of Billy D, Jeremy Bullock, Peter Mayhew. I couldn't find it for a very long time because that was going to be the first thing I was going to show everyone on our brand new podcast, episode 1. I couldn't find it. Last weekend, I found it.
Yes.
All right. It was hiding in one of my what we call a keepsake tote, which is basically all of your important stuff that you had growing up that, you know, meant something to you.
Yep.
It was in there.
Oh, so beautiful.
So I got Billy D right up in here, right underneath Jeremy Bullock, which also I do have. I'm gonna show it right here on the screen as well. If it'll pop up. Me with Jeremy Bullock right there, and this photo was actually free. A story about this. I went up there. I got his autograph, paid for it, and everything. And I was like, you know what? Well, I'm here. How much is an autograph? I mean, how much is a photo? And his wife, who was the manager, his manager was like, "Oh, don't worry about that, honey. Here, give me your phone." And so he just came around and we took a free picture together.
Man, like a lot of that, like the thing about those photos and things, it's never the people that the cost, the price never comes from the people who you're taking the photos with. It's always like the con, and they want to make their buck. I get it. But a lot of times if they're just like, if you already paid a bunch of money for a photo or an autograph and you want like vice versa, like you want the other one, a lot of times they're just going to be like, yeah, just snap a photo, dude. Just take a selfie real quick. Just like we don't care. Like we're here to meet you. We're here to do this for you. Like who wants to pay $175, $400 for a freaking photo? Like it's like it's never those. Like a lot of times they're so cool. I know you do. I know that, but you like who wants to? No one wants to. You will. Right. You have to. But like they don't need you to. They're not there for that. They're fine. It's the con that's doing that. So like,
yeah,
you know what I mean.
But I also got a picture with Billy D.
Billy D.
Right there. Also, at the time, I was representing the web series that I was a part of, Freedmont, right there on my T-shirt.
Beautiful.
Yeah, right. I was like, if I wear this shirt, people might want to know what it is. Unfortunately, nobody did, so I wasn't going to say too much.
That reminds me, we got to make Star Wars Culture Live shirts. We're on it. We thought about it. We're going to make it. Well,
I was thinking about it too. I was like, I want a T-shirt so bad.
Yeah, we should do that. We should probably do that.
Probably clear it with our peeps first.
No.
Nah. But continuing on, I don't have I didn't get a picture or anything, but I got Dak, Luke's wingman, and got him right there. And I asked him one question. Yep, I asked him, I was like, do you still get asked if you could take on the whole empire by yourself? And he's like, every day. And I feel like I still can.
Yes! What a great answer!
Right?
What a great answer!
And then, at the very bottom, Peter Mayhew, Chewbacca himself.
That's as good as it gets.
And just to tell people that I was there, and I got their autographs. So I got the picture from the little paper they had then.
Beautiful.
But I made it my goal to, saying that I made it my goal to get as many autographs as I could find or get while I'm at Comic Cons. And if I couldn't get them at a con, I always, find them online or somewhere that had like auctions that were actually certified. So I got a lot of those, but every now and then I would always try to get a picture as well. So like I got one right here with me and Giancarlo Esposito.
Yes.
My wife's standing on the other side.
He's such a good actor that even looking at him right there, I'm like, I don't like you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just see him as the bad guy.
Not gonna lie, he did intimidate me a little bit just because he kind of gives that. But he's such a nice guy.
Like he accidentally intimidated you. Like he didn't even mean to.
He's accident.
Just his presence.
It's just his presence intimidates me.
Yeah, it's just,
and then
I get it.
And then my pride and joy, my crown jewel picture that I've taken right here is with Hayden Christensen. You're talking about who would want to pay a whole lot of money. Where'd it go? Did it come up?
Yep, it's there.
There it is. So I paid like $250, I think, for a picture with him.
Fair.
And that's plus the autograph. So I spent maybe close to $500 on this guy. He's worth it, though. To me, he's worth it.
I mean, yeah, it's like he's. he's very you know what? I'll get there during my segment. But if there was one person, either him or Ewan McGregor, if there was one person that I think I would shell out the money for, it's one of those two. It's they were with us, as we grew up. We grew up with the prequels, and they were there the whole time. Yeah. So that's kind of okay.
And last but not least, I also found this in my keepsake. I don't know why, but I should have gotten a 8x10 autograph of him instead of what I'm about to show you. I got Tom Kane, the voice of Yoda in the Clone Wars and things like that, to sign this Lego Star Wars 3.
Yeah.
And I thought this was just the coolest thing ever because I thought, later on I get, all the other actors to sign it. And then I'm like, this was stupid. I should have just gotten 8x10 or something. It's like, what if something happens? Like, I played the game a little bit. I was like, this ain't my cup of tea, but maybe I should play it again one of these days.
Yeah. No, it's those Lego games are sometimes classics. There's something satisfying about them that's just that isn't quite managed by other games. It's just something very specific about the feel of those, especially if you play them on like the Switch. Very smooth.
A couple more things, and then I'm gonna stop talking about me because I feel I don't know. I have a hard time talking about myself in general. So talking about this, it's a little much for me.
That won't be for me.
That's why I hate writing cover letters, by the way.
I'll write your cover letters. Just send me the info, and I'll write it.
But 2015, I started listening to this little podcast called the Star Wars Underworld podcast. Yes. And I listened to them for a very long time. And then they kept mentioning Culture Slate this, Culture Slate that. So I started following Culture Slate on Facebook. Well, around 2020, I saw that they were looking for volunteers to help out for Culture Slate. And so I saw that so I applied to be originally a video editor, but I couldn't really keep my computer running very long enough to do anything. And I switched to a Chromebook, which doesn't really have a lot of features. So I asked if I could switch to be a graphic designer. That happened. So I started doing graphic design for all of their stuff. And then I started doing for Star Wars Underworld Network, which is very nice because I do it for the main show, do it for Ion Cannon, and then I helped create the look now of the intro and their thumbnails for a tractor beam on that show. So I've dabbled a lot in a lot of that Star Wars stuff. And then one thing that led to another, they said they were looking for someone to join the podcast. The podcast. I answered the call right away. I should have confirmed with my wife first that I did that, but that's another thing. Anyway, one thing led to another, and started hosting this podcast with you, and I've not regretted it once. I enjoy doing this most Wednesdays. We do this.
Yep. Yeah, there was a time before we what I don't know. What you want to say? Cut down the the weekly rundown of the show. There used to be like 6 or 7 segments, and that was just, I don't know what we were thinking, but that was just a lot. It was, the sustainability was not there. So it's, the way to do it is first of all, the way to do it is not, you don't force it every week. Like you just gotta, if there's stuff to talk about, there's stuff to talk about. That's great. If there's not, there's not. And you don't need to have a show. That's fine. We can just post. We also need to post. That's a different problem. But that's on me. I said I was going to post, and I did not post. I collab sometimes if I'm doing Star Wars reels on my other page, but that's on me. It's so cool to just have this this standing like appointment to nerd out with Star Wars with another person that you like, with a buddy that you're like he likes Star Wars too, and like there's a sub. Am I drunk? I might be drunk, but there's a subconscious thing where you also agree about other things like in life, and like you're on the same page there, and we never talk about it on the podcast. You never talk about it on the podcast. You talk about it a little more when Andor rolls around, but you never talk about it explicitly on the podcast. And it's really cool. Like if I have a random Star Wars thought or soapbox that I want to get on, I know that I can do that next Wednesday, like if we need to. Or if there's just nothing happening, like right now we're in kind of a lull in Star Wars news, like until the next year, until Ahsoka comes out. So like, if there's nothing happening, we don't necessarily need to talk. We need to have an episode, but this is our 50th, and we needed to do something special here. In case you didn't notice the epic background that Marty put up there, that is the
I'll do an overlay of it.
The Thanksgiving porg turkey. Hell yeah, all about having fun and enjoying what you do. Yeah, man, that's the dream. But he's got a porg turkey. I will not show my daughter because she has a stuffed porg that she really loves. Okay, yeah. For the last, I'll try and keep it in 8 minutes. Remember when we were like, oh, it's gonna be a short show. News took like half an hour. We got distracted. News took like half an hour.
Well, I did ramble on a little bit, so
it was news. I think we got. Anyway, I will try and talk over my thing real quick. For me, it was very, very gradual. I was never like, oh yeah, I'm a Star Wars nerd now. It was very. My dad showed us the originals. I think when I was around 10, he showed us the original trilogy. He had it on VHS. I remember exactly when the commercial breaks were, because when I get to that if I'm watching it on like Disney Plus now, if I get to those moments, those scenes where like it goes dark and like the commercial breaks were in those VHS recordings, like I'm like, oh, there's commercials here. I gotta look away, and then it goes on to the movie. I'm like, oh yeah. I don't have to do this. It's pretty great. So we saw the originals. It was like, oh yeah, Star Wars lightsabers is pretty cool. And then episode 1 came out, and that was, I don't know, I was at a certain age where I was scared of movie theaters. They were dark and loud, and I was young, and I was scared. And I did go to see it, and I suffered through it. And I liked the movie, I just didn't like the theater. So I was like, oh yeah, like Anakin, like this is pretty cool. And then I think a couple years later, when episode 2 came out, is when I started to get like super into it. Because I went to go see that thing like 6 times in the theater. Remember when theater tickets were like $7? And I would go see that. I went to see that several times in the theater as like a middle school kid, and I loved the lightsaber fights, the space battles, we had all the toys, we had all the I remember a Game Informer magazine that had a lot of the Star Wars stuff in it, because Jedi Starfighter was out at that time. I remember I just remember being obsessed with the prequel, and that was Star Wars Jedi Power Battles, the video game, the PS1 game where you're a Jedi and you're just terrible graphics. It's amazing, but you're fighting your way through 10 levels of episode 1. Level 10 is just you're fighting Darth Maul. So I remember that was when it started, and we played shortly after that. We played Star Wars Battlefront 2 all the time. My brother and I, we would play co-op. Super fun Galactic Conquest
Mm.
for the Republic. And we would try and get those max kills. We would be Darth Maul on that Coruscant library level and try and get as many clone deaths as you could. So yeah, just double lightsaber. You go to their spawn point, just wreck them. I think 157 was my max total. I think that was, I don't remember if that's good or not, but I think I have that number lodged in my brain. So I think that was my top. So we did that, and obviously episode 3 came out. That space battle in the beginning, like I was upset. I was already obsessed, but obsessed even more from there. And that was, like you said, that was kind of when I started making it my personality. I had no money, so it was mostly just whatever we could find, like cheap. My mom made me a Jedi costume for Halloween. I wore it like 4 years in a row. We used to go to Joanne Fabrics and buy the patterns, and she would make costumes for us. So that was awesome. Thanks, Mom. We got the toy lightsabers from Target or Kmart or wherever. They would, the ones they would just, the plastic ones, they didn't light up. Or I think a few of them lit up if you put batteries in them, but you had to like, pull them out or shove them in, and they didn't always lock. I think Marty's frozen. I'm not sure. This is funny. His face is listening, but there he is. Okay. He might be frozen again. He's like this. Did you make a frozen face on purpose? Like a in case I get frozen, I want a nice pensive face on. And then I think it was generally just it just kind of skated by nerddom for a while. Like I lived a lot of years thinking that like we weren't going to get any more Star Wars, and I was sad, but that was the case. And then I heard that it was coming back, and obviously got super into it. There was no YouTube. I don't know. I wasn't watching YouTube, but also like there was no giant culture that I was aware of that was like just crapping on these Star Wars movies. So when the sequel trilogy came out, I was just like, oh, we get more Star Wars, and like it was so cool that we got more Star Wars, and Rogue One was amazing, and Solo super fun. Just all these new movies came out, and I was just so freaking psyched this whole time. That was also, I mean, I started getting around. I was always kind of into social media, but I started getting into semi-professional social media around 2017, 2018-ish, and I started making videos, and I became aware of all the YouTube toxicity and all the crazy, horrific takes, and the trying to rally people to your cause to boycott these, or to like shit talk these Star Wars projects. And I was like, what is this? And so like, not only was I like in love with every Star Wars thing that came out, just because I liked it. Like I went in with like, oh, what's this? Hey, that's pretty cool. Like every single time, that's my reaction. I don't see, why do you have to have, anyway. What was that thing I said I was going to get to when you were talking about? Oh, Anakin. Yeah. So, my dad really did not like Hayden Christensen. He was like, oh, he's just so bad. And I was like, I don't get it. Why is he so bad? Like the acting is overly dramatic, sure, but like it's Star Wars. Everybody is acting overly dramatic in their roles, and that's like part of the role. It's like part of the vibe. Everyone is like,
he's a hormonal teenager on top of all that.
Exactly. Like they get him when he's 9, and then he's going through Jedi training like way later, and he like there's all this stuff he doesn't know, and he's a hormonal teenager. What is he, like 17 when he turns to the dark side? Is it later?
Let's see. 19 of Attack of the Clones, and then finally he's 22, 23 when he becomes Vader.
Okay, well, have you met a 22 or 23-year-old? They are just absolutely insufferable. They're like smarter than teenagers, but like not smart enough to be actual adults yet. And that's just, no offense if you're 22 or 23. When you're 36, you'll know what I mean.
It's
and you will
it's
be
like
less
that song "What's My Age Again" from Blink-182. There's a line there about nobody likes you when you're 23.
Yeah, like that. Like the drama is like, oh, like, yeah, I get that. I have teenagers in my house. That's not, it's not unrelatable. Like, and like with someone with that immense power, it's just like, why? It's not like, how is that? It didn't even occur to me to think of, like, it's just, Star Wars is a documentary. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Right.
So yeah, I know that, like, my dad is definitely not the type of person to go online and bash an actor. Like, he wouldn't do that. He would just tell us, like, I just didn't like Hayden Christensen. I just didn't like him. And that's totally fine. But we know that he did get so much hatred online, and that it just sucks. I thought his character was awesome. And he is that character, like I don't know. It's just, it's his. And I am so glad that he is now, that he didn't just like kind of retire and get out. And like, I'm so glad that he's back now and he can see how many of us freaking love him and loved him in that role and still love him now. Like, I remember that it was a Star Wars Celebration in Europe or something where we were like, where somebody was like, he was talking on the stage and some lady just really loud was like, "We love you, Hayden." And he heard it and he like kind of giggled a little bit. And then the entire massive crowd there was cheering for that statement. And he was like looking around like I guess maybe for the first time, I don't know, but like fully realizing like the positive impacts that he had that he never heard about on all those kids that were watching those movies and thought he was freaking awesome. And he finally, like, he was, and I'm just so glad that he is aware of the positive impact that he had on all of us, and that he now, all of the people that loved him are old enough to find online venues to tell him that, like, hey, no, the people who were giving you shit, that was a minority that happened to have access to the internet. We all now have access to the internet, and we all can tell you how much we freaking loved you. You were great. You created a character, the main character, really, for us in this genre that we already loved. And it's like your thing. You own this. And like, he's now coming back in Ahsoka and doing these scenes, and like, that's so freaking cool. Anyway, yeah, just wanted to say that. But yeah, then after the sequel trilogy came out and The Mandalorian came out, so The Mandalorian came out right as I was becoming a stepdad. So Mando got to know Grogu right as I was getting to know my stepkids. And that made Mando my favorite character of all time. I do have to pull up some photos here, just like you did. I have a fully fledged Mandalorian cosplay. I am lucky enough to have been accepted into the 501st Legion. I love I mean, I've always wanted to, as soon as I found out what they were, I wanted to be in them. And that was a weird way to say that. I'm just gonna skate past that.
Clip that.
Yeah, no, don't clip that. But I've always wanted to be a member of the 501st, and now I am. We do, like, it's the best part. It's like the best parts of what I want to be. It's like Star Wars. Like, you have the utmost respect for the franchise, and you have to have your costume like meet the highest of standards in order to get in. And also, after you do that, your job is to like do good. Our motto for the unofficial motto, I guess, for my garrison is bad guys doing good in the Maryland and DC area. So you do charity. You go to kids hospitals in the holidays or whenever there's a Star Wars release. You go to Comic-Cons and you have these like blast a trooper like things to raise money for charity. you do appearances like at baseball games or whatever, just to give the public some free Star Wars love. You do, I don't know, it's just such a positive like conflagration of my love of Star Wars and my want to like do good things. So that's very cool. I do also want to say I got approved by Rebel Legion. I got lucky and found a pilot costume online, and I had to take a Top Gun type photo. So that's what that is. And then I guess the last thing, you can see I'm wearing an Extra Life shirt. I definitely did that on purpose. But I now run this thing. This is the weirdest path ever. We were podcasting, right? We were doing a show, and then this guy named Adrian was watching the show, and you were telling me about a Sabacc app, about how we could play Kessel Sabacc on an app. And it was like Kessel Sabacc is the variant that you play in Star Wars Outlaws. And I don't have Star Wars Outlaws, but I'm a freaking nerd, and obviously I'm going to want to try and learn Sabacc. I downloaded the app and I got so obsessed with it immediately. And then they added more and more variants to the app, and the culture kept growing, like, and growing and growing. And there's a big old culture now of people who play Sabacc. There's a whole Outer Rim Sabacc League on Facebook. There's cantinas all over the country. Like there's 2 or 3 in Maryland, and people just get together and play Sabacc. But there's also this organization called Sabacc for Charity. So every month-ish, I host an online tournament where we play Sabacc on the app and hang out in Discord, and we play and we just raise money. Like you raise money for charity. You just donate the entry fee to the tournament. I just made it $10, so you donate $10. You can donate more if you want. Some people do. Like sometimes I have prizes for the highest donor. And so we've had tournaments that have raised over $500 just from people entering and donating, and just like playing Sabacc, playing a Star Wars game on an app, and just hanging out in Discord. And like for Halloween, we had everybody dress up in Star Wars costumes or whatever you wanted to do. And so it's just like, I feel like I was always a Star Wars nerd. And then as Star Wars exploded, like with, I have to say, with the Disney acquisition, they gave us so much. Like Andor is incredible. People say like, "Oh, I hate Disney Star Wars. Disney ruined Star Wars." Disney gave us Andor. You can't just ignore that. If you're going to give me a blanket Disney ruined Star Wars, we don't have much to talk about. Like you can have problems individually, but anyway, I have no idea what I was talking about. So
you were talking about the charity.
Oh yeah, so Sabacc for Charity. We just raise money for charity playing Sabacc on an app, hanging out on Discord, and that's so. Oh right, so I feel like my love of Star Wars has always been there, and then as I am getting better at social media and realizing things and knowing how to put myself out there on the internet, I guess I should talk about my TikTok a little bit. I gained. I'm at I think 60. Oh, that's right. I'm almost at 69,000 followers on TikTok. So if you can go follow Nerdiest Stepdad on TikTok, I would love to just be at 69,000 followers, just because I'm a millennial dude and I would think that was funny. But we do videos about Star Wars. We do lightsaber. Like there are some lightsaber companies that send me lightsabers, and I do videos for them. And we just do skits sometimes, or I give my takes sometimes. I don't know. It's just as I learned more about putting myself out there and being a quasi the word influencer is triggering, but being an influencer on the internet, being a personality on the internet.
There you go. That's better.
Right, that's better. We're personalities. As I learn more about that, like that, and that expansion in myself and the Star Wars expansion happened at the same time. So it's just kind of all of that happening at once, and it's making me dig deeper into my love of Star Wars and finding ways to express it in fun ways on the internet. And I love that I can, and in general, everyone I find and choose to interact with, like, there's so many people just like me and Marty that just love Star Wars. And when we hear people hating on it, we're like, what, why? And luckily it's just the internet, and we're able to find each other now. Like the positive Star Wars community is able to find each other. And yeah, like, just like Marty, like I joined Culture Slate when this is the longest episode we've ever had, and I'm sorry, this is all me. Yeah, Culture Slate. I joined as a writer and editor for articles on the website. I always loved that. I loved that they were doing Star Wars and Marvel stuff. And I was like, oh hell yeah, I could totally do that. And that, like, I was hoping. Never mind, I shouldn't say that. But the Marty's reading my mind. It's fine. But I knew it was a volunteer position. And I signed up. I was like, that'll be freaking awesome. I can write for a website. I can edit for a website. I wrote a few articles, and then I became an editor, but the head editor is awesome. KT, if I ever feel passionately about something and want to write an article, I've done that. You should check one out about Rey not being a Mary Sue. That one got a lot of YouTube attention.
Yeah, but I like how they turned that into a YouTube video for you.
They did. Thank you. Yeah, so much. There was
created a thumbnail, by the way, in that.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that one. Yeah. Yes, thank you
Full
for that
circle.
one. But there's another particular influencer on YouTube who made that article go kind of viral in a certain way.
Oh,
yeah. He found it. And he made a whole video calling it what was it? He called it a hit piece, trash hit piece. I never mentioned him by name, but I'm glad he knew who I was talking about. Anyway, but I joined as a writer / editor, and I liked doing that. I liked like editing all the news and being part of that. And then, as Marty said, they were like, "Hey, there's this. We're starting a Star Wars culture podcast, and we're looking for hosts." And I was like, "Are you kidding me right now?" Like, yes, that's exactly what I want. Like, I would have done this exact thing by myself if I had the time to like set up all of this. But there's a lot of people who go like streaming and doing all this. Like, there's a lot of people and a lot of things. Like, I'm not Marty. I am not going to make all the graphics and do those. The video intro, Marty made that, by the way. So it's just kind of oh yeah, greatest group of people I know. I assume the 501st and the Rebel Legion. I think that was probably what I was talking about at that point 3 minutes ago. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, they're great people. But yeah, like I totally would have been doing something like this by myself if I had the resources and the time. Yeah, Marty, you too. But the fact that there was a system in place that was like looking for hosts, absolutely, hell yeah. And we are 50 episodes strong, and we're gonna go to 100 at least. So I think with that, I'm good. I got all that off my chest. Oh no! Last thing I gotta show you. You showed me. Love it. All right, you showed us so many autographs, and I just have to show you my one. I never really started. I didn't really start. Like, how do I get this out of there? Okay, I didn't really chase them or try and get them really that bad. Oh, so Fallen Jedi was talking about Sabacc tournaments. Yes, we have some regulars at the Sabacc tournaments, and they're so nice. Like, we've raised like over $3,000 for Johns Hopkins Children's Hospital, and they're just they're so generous. They're so nice. I really thought running these tournaments I would have had to kick somebody out by now, and I have not. They're just, everyone is just so nice. When there's a new person and they don't know what they're doing, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, you want to play with me? I'll show you how it works." Or like, oh, you don't know how this works? Like, yeah, I'll explain it to you. Like, everyone is so good. Like, we found all the best people. I can't express that enough. But no, autograph. I did get an autograph of where is he? Where is it? Is this not the right? Oh, here it is.
Is it an older edition? Okay.
No. I just opened to the wrong title page. My friend Timothy Zahn is the person, and my friend was going to Awesome Con, I think, and I couldn't go because of work. But he said, "Hey man, do you want me to sign? You want me to get him to sign something for you?" And I was like, "Oh hell yeah!" So I bought the new copies of the Thrawn trilogy. You see it, and I sent Heir to the Empire over to him with a little note. It's like, "Hey, I'm in the military. You have written so much about Thrawn and like the Empire hierarchy and like the military structure of that. You just have created this crazy awesome villain, and I love it so much. Thank you for." I wrote him a note, and he kept the note, and he signed it. He was like, "For Ian, thank you for your service, Timothy Zahn." And I
nice
so much. He dated it too. I just realized that. So that's my one autograph compared to Marty's.
Listen,
1,000.
it becomes addictive here after a while.
No, I really do like having it, but like I'm scared. I'm scared to go down that road in my own head. All right. Anyway, that was a really long episode, but I think we covered everything. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in on Instagram. We got some new viewers here. I think that seemed to work. I was watching the stream over here out of my side of my eye. It seemed to work okay. See if we can expand to TikTok or something.
Yeah, I will say I'm seeing some new people who. Oh, my ring light died. I'm seeing new people here that have been commenting. If you guys got any suggestions, like for us to talk about, man,
Oh yeah. A lot of these are from my Discord. I will try and do better about getting our episodes posted to our Discord. But yeah, if you guys ever have any subjects that you want us to talk about, or any theories that you want to get off your chest, or anything like that, we love to talk about all things Star Wars. So yeah, let them out here.
I go down a lore path. You could find a few of our episodes where I'd talk about literally kyber crystals, the whole episode.
Oh yeah, no. If you have a thing and it gets lodged in Marty, if you have an idea and it gets lodged in Marty's brain, he will spend the whole week just being like, "I need to answer this question. I need to know more about this." It's pretty fun, and then he can lead that episode, and I don't have to talk as much. It's awesome. All right. Thank you everybody for watching. We hope you enjoy what we're doing here, our positive podcast. We know Star Wars fandom and comment sections can sometimes get dark and toxic, but it doesn't have to be that way. Remember, there are more of us. Again, if you have anything for us, questions, requests, suggestions for segments, anything at all, throw them in the comments and we'll see what we can do. Don't forget to follow us everywhere at SW Culture Live. And also us personally at Nerdiest Stepdad and at Marty21794. On various social media platforms. Next week is a maybe, I think. We haven't talked about next week at all. We might have a show, we might not. If there's stuff to talk about, we will be here. But if not, we will check in when we can, and have a good night. And thank you for celebrating the best of Star Wars culture. Have a good night.